All right, do looks matter? I'm gonna be honest. Looks is what brings you in. Looks is what attracts you. And whoever says I don't care about looks is a liar, because you're not gonna go for somebody you think is ugly. Like, let's be honest. You know what I mean? So looks is what brings you in. You know, you're attracted to their appearance because they're beautiful. They're beautiful people to you, at least. Now, is it gonna keep you around forever? Is it gonna keep that person around in your life because they're beautiful? No, because their looks are gonna fade one day. When you're 65, 75 years old, are you gonna be as beautiful as you were when you were 25? No. But if you love somebody within, if you have a connection with somebody, with their personality, with soul to soul, you're gonna think they're beautiful no matter what. Physically, it's not gonna be the same. But what really, really keeps you around is within. So looks only matter in the beginning. They don't matter forever. Because there's a lot of beautiful people that have nothing within.
That's the thing. What do you think about those dating shows though? Or like apps that like don't show the face? I don't know. Like, I get the concept they're going for and I appreciate it. The message behind it is like, oh, like, you know, based on conversations and stuff. But I don't think it actually works that well. Just because like we live in a place, like this is how our society is, you know? Like you look at people.
I think that doesn't make sense to have it that way. Like for a dating show, like something for like TV, fine, whatever. They're not actually gonna like be together most likely.
Yeah.
In terms of real life, if that was really how you met people, like you just talk to them first, and then after that, like you meet them for the first time. I just don't.
I think if they turn out to be cute, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be nice.
But if they didn't, or if they weren't your type or whatever,
yeah, like at all, then
it just doesn't work. I think it's trying to cater to people who like, I'm sorry, they just aren't working out for them.
Yeah.
So then they have to get past a certain barrier.
That's so sad.
And I see so many people that are like, oh, you're something shaming me, whatever it is. You're ugly shaming, you're fat shaming me, you're whatever shaming me. I can't
deal with that shit.
And I'm like, no, you're just not my type. I'm sure someone likes you. It's not me though.
Would you go for looks or personality more important? I think I probably used to go more for personality than looks. I think I'm about to switch that up.
I need to change my type.
I need to change my type, yeah. So I'd say, yeah, looks definitely helps. I mean, I wouldn't say I've, dated or, ugly guys. I mean, you might beg to differ.
But there are some that have like too high of an ego. Like their head's inflating. They think they're better than everyone.
Oh,
that
100%.
I can't do.
No, I couldn't do
like,
that.
I'm sorry.
No, I couldn't do that.
I love the humble hot.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't even know he's as hot as he is.
Same.
Yeah. Good. We love to
or they
keep you
might know
humble.
that they're actually, they're
Good
not
looking.
ugly. Like
Yeah,
they know
they
that they're
know,
not
obviously.
ugly.
They look in the
but
mirror.
they don't, act on it.
Your looks are the number one thing that you bring to the table because they're encoded with DNA information. And even if you're out of the age of child reproductive, the like human DNA can't stop doing those calculations. We're just wired for it. It's not anyone's fault. We're wired for it. So for when you're a younger woman, and you have to try less, because even if you're like really not taking care of yourself, just from the sheer youngness of your like existence, the DNA codes are easier to read. As you get older, you need a little help. So I want you to have a skincare routine. I want you to have a hair care routine. I want you to work out. If you are over 27 and not working out, girl, you are screwed. Like, work out, okay? Because you are gonna age like milk. It's not gonna work. Like, if you could only do one thing for your chances of being provided for and aging gracefully, it would be work out. It's the biggest hack and the thing that most women are not gonna have the discipline to do. So there's no competition, regardless of what age you're in, if you are working out and taking care of yourself as a woman. I'm just being blunt honest with you. The biggest currency that a woman brings is her looks, because her looks are encoded with evolutionary information that sends a very strong signal to his brain.
This is gonna make some people mad. Looks absolutely do matter. For reference, this is what I looked like at 15, and I definitely do get treated very differently now than I did then. The more attractive you are, the easier time you'll have dating. People will be statistically nicer to you, and good-looking people even statistically out-earn their not-so-good-looking counterparts. But no matter what some male guru tells you online, looks are not the only thing that matters. And if you think it's unfair that women value men based on how they look, then you'll be shocked to hear that men value looks way more than women. As in, they have it way worse in that regard. Oh, but women have makeup. As a man, I strongly believe that almost anyone can get to at least a 7. As men, we can go to the gym, wear clothes that actually fit, be well groomed and have a good hygiene routine, get a haircut that actually suits your face, and much more. Things you cannot change no matter what anybody tells you. Your facial bone structure, the shape of your eyes, your height, or any truly genetic trait. And remember, I said looks aren't the only thing that matter. What women generally care about is that you're kind to them, have shit going on, so a career and goals, and have a sense of humor. Being funny helps a lot. Like with most things, people forget to apply nuance to these topics. Yes, looks do matter, but they're not the only thing that matters. And your looks are not totally out of your control or totally in your control. Work on the things that are in your control and to the best of your ability, accept the things that aren't. Hope that was helpful. Now follow me for more content.
Something I will literally never understand why people say is that you shouldn't be dating based off of looks. Like, bro, if you don't have any physical attraction to your partner, you should not be dating them at all. Looks is definitely a top 3 thing when it comes to choosing your partner. You have to be attracted to someone first and then fall in love with their actual personality. Don't get me wrong, I definitely understand the people that say like you should go for a good heart and not a good face, but sometimes that's just not the truth. I'm gonna be honest, and I don't know about you guys, but I do not want to marry some ugly person. I'll be honest though, the only people that are really saying that you shouldn't be going for looks, you should only be going about their personality is just the ugly motherfuckers. I will be honest though, one of the worst experiences of my life was going on a date with a girl solely based off of her looks. The date was absolutely miserable. She genuinely had the personality of a brick. I would have had more fun and more enjoyment in that night if I just talked to a wall. So to be honest, I would rather shit in my hands and clap than to go on a date with another girl like that. Growing up and maturing is realizing that you have to find a good balance in between both looks and personality. Because if you don't find a good balance between looks and personality, you are absolutely cooked, my boy. I couldn't even handle one date with that girl. I don't know how somebody would handle their whole life with her. I'll be honest with you guys though, the most attractive people are usually just pretty little liars and pieces of trash. Especially when it comes to girls, they've been complimented on their looks so much they have felt the need to not develop a whole personality behind the looks. And that's how you get people in the movies like Mean Girls. So please, when you find a woman or a man that has that in between personality and looks, you guys have got to keep that person. That is your wife or husband.
In relationships, your personality is not enough. I don't care how mad you guys get at me, but if I'm not attracted to you, you're a friend. You're a friend. You're nothing more. I'm not gonna date someone who's ugly to me. I'm not gonna go and date someone who I find unattractive. Although you could be a great person, phenomenal human being. I would love to be your friend. I would love to be your friend. It doesn't mean I don't like you as a person. It just means I'm not gonna date you because I'm not gonna date someone who I don't find attractive. If I am not sexually or physically attracted to you in any way, shape, or form, why would I date you? Why would I do that? You guys would probably say the same. I understand that your personality can make you way more attractive to people, but it's not enough. It's not enough. It can only make you so much more attractive. And second of all, why would you want to have a child with someone you don't find attractive? Why would you want to start a family with someone you don't find attractive? Just because you don't find them attractive doesn't mean you have to get rid of the person. You can still have great relationships with them, but they don't have to be, like a sexual, physical relationship. So yes, looks matter so much more than you think. Your personality is not enough.
You are not going to want to be with someone who you cannot look at. You should not be dating someone who you think is not attractive, because I promise you that just means they are not your person. You'll know this because I know y'all see the people who are so in love and look at their partner and are like, look how gorgeous that person is. And you're thinking like, oh, that's cute, but like, not my type, which is fine. But you need to find your partner attractive. I don't know when people started saying like looks don't matter in a relationship. Yes, they do. And you should have the right to care about what your partner looks like. This is the person you're gonna live the rest of your life with. You're supposed to find them attractive. You're supposed to find your person that you think is so attractive that it shuts out really anybody else out for you. And the thing is like so many different ways to look at this, but just know like find your attractive person.
And they found that personality mattered if a guy was hot enough, right?
Okay.
So the guys who were very unattractive,
Yep.
they were rated as having worse personalities, right?
Wow.
And they were rated as worse personalities than they would have if they were hot, and they were rated as less dateable overall than the hot guys.
Yeah.
Right. Bit of a depressing finding. And again, it is just one study, but there's other studies that converge on this idea that if you're past a certain level of hotness, then personality makes a difference. Right.
Okay.
And personality might matter across the spectrum.
Yep.
But if you're not attractive enough for a person's standards, then personality, it might
Becomes
matter, but it doesn't,
irrelevant
yeah, but it doesn't quite make a difference.
for dating. And
Yeah.
Do you guys think personality matters more or looks? If you're actively using dating apps like Hinge, don't you feel like you're unproportionately judging someone based off their looks rather than personality? And it's not our fault. That's just the nature of dating apps. I do feel like it's wiring our brains in a weird way. And when we meet people in real life, I feel like this could cause problems. And don't even get me started on the whole ghosting norm. If someone shows the slightest disinterest in you, they'll just stop talking to you altogether. I'm even guilty of this. And it's just the way that the dating apps are structured. Someone actually suggested to me once that I should create a dating app that only allows you to match with someone, and you have to talk to that person for a set amount of time before you can start liking other people, so that it forces you to take a little bit more time to consider that there's another person on the other side of the screen and that they're not just a profile. My counter to that was, we're so used to this fast-paced nature of dating apps that no one would buy into that. Our attention span is so cooked. People would probably end up using it for a couple weeks max and then realize that, oh, there's Hinge where I can filter through like 30 people a day. I had my doubts, but would you guys use an app like that?
Okay, looks matter, and there is such thing as pretty privilege, and I know there has been a lot of videos surfacing lately talking about this topic, and I kind of want to just get in my take on it because I'm like, that can't be true. I'm 5'8". I'm 5'8" in North America. That's just, whew. And I started reading some books, mainly about behavioral psychology, because I want to know why we do this. I don't even want to touch the studies involved about this because there's a lot. There's a lot that supports the idea that, yes, looks matter. There is a pretty privilege happening. And the better you look in other people's eyes, the more you're going to get. It's crazy because, I mean, the first book is predictably irrational. Even just the first chapter that Dan Riley wrote, it's called The Truth About Relativity, where he talks about, like, we're always comparing things that is relative to each other, which means that he talked about one kind of trick here. If you want to look hotter, for example, if you're going to party, if you want to look hotter, you want to bring friend or friends with you that are a similar body type, similar stature, similar kind of facial structure, similar height, a similar muscular stature or not, and knowing that you are better looking than them. Because what happens is that when you go into a room with these kind of, with these friends or a friend, people will always just subconsciously compare the two of you, and you, knowing that you look better, will look hotter in the presence of your friend. It's kind of crazy. I'm just talking about this book. Don't cancel me on that. If you've been thinking for your whole life that looks does not matter, unfortunately it does. Again, I feel like I'm 5'8". I'm not trying to down myself. I'm not like I wasn't born with such natural crazy features of like hazel eyes or anything. But when I started, like, I grew up pretty fat. Like, I was a fat kid and I was a chubby kid. And even growing up, my self-esteem was kind of built towards the beginning, earlier stages of my life, where I felt like I got bullied a lot because of that. My own brother would call me Porky or whatever. Like, that's my Filipino family there. Anyways, so I grew up thinking that I'm always going to be chubby and fat. And then I worked on myself. And to be honest with you guys, I'm so sorry to say this. I felt like I had more opportunities in life because I worked on my looks than when I didn't. When I started like taking care of myself, going to the gym, started building a little bit more muscle, I got treated better. And again, I am some of the most, like, I turned this TikTok on or Instagram and I'm like, oh my God, there's so many beautiful people on here. Like, I am just a bug. But a lot of the studies supports that. A lot of the studies support that. I'm not even sure why I'm talking about this. I feel like we just need to really we can't ignore the fact that looks does not matter and looks does not play a part. It is hardwired in our evolutionary processes. And you have to take care of yourself. You really do have to take care of yourself, both body and mind. And a lot of you guys have been taking care of your mind, and which is great. Your mind is sound, but you want more opportunities in life. I don't know if I want to make the statement, but you want more opportunities in life, work on your physical appearance. I feel like that will help you propel to get more opportunities. And I don't want to say that as it is set in stone kind of advice. I'm just saying that as if it's another alternative if you feel like things are not working in your life. Things are not working in your favor. And it doesn't mean that you need to look like ripped or anything but just work with what you have. Like I'm working with what I have. I'm not 6 foot, blue eyes, fine. And then, I'm not. So I'm working with what I have. And then whatever my strong suits are, I'll play those cards. But we cannot delude ourselves anymore and say that looks does not matter when in our society, looks is currency. I'm just going to end it with this. One of the craziest manifestations or something that have ever happened to me is that I got, wow, I'm sharing this. I got flown to a city for free. I got wine and dine for free. I got a lot of things in that 3 days, just because of how I look, a very specific look. And that would not have ever happened, not because of how I look. So, yeah, looks matter. I don't know how to end a video like this where it feels like I feel like I'm attacking you guys and I'm attacking my page, but this is what the narrative is happening lately, so I kind of want to just jump in. But anyway,
my preference is that obviously they have to be over 6 feet and they have to be very gentle and patient. Patience is like my biggest thing, preference wise. Oh, and also they don't do social media as their job. What about yours?
Preferences, I don't have any race preferences, even though my track record is all Asians. They have to be like somewhat athletic. Like I would want to go to the gym with them and like do runs.
So active.
Yeah, active. But even like just good at a sport, I would want. Yeah, tall, smart, I don't know, just the basics. Just be a good looking man.
These things are so basic. Like obviously everyone's gonna want a tall, funny man. Bro, I'm freaking exhausted, guys. Like
Wait, I have a Celsius. Let me crack the Celsius
I'm
open
not
for you
drinking
guys.
a Celsius right now.
Okay, standards. Standards, you gotta have a life, man.
I swear we've said the same. This like 400 times. I feel like we talked about this 2 episodes ago.
Okay, but how about communication wise? Like what do you guys, what are your standards for communication wise?
I honestly don't know.
Like Emily, do you want a man that doesn't even communicate with you so you don't have to deal with it? Like
it's like a virtual boyfriend.
You have to set up Zoom meetings.
No, I wouldn't even want to set up Zoom meetings. I want like a virtual boyfriend where like I'm not obligated to see them in person. I'm not obligated to call them, text them.
Like the Japanese rent your boyfriend.
Yeah. No, it's like honestly, my Snapchat AI could be my boyfriend.
Like some guys don't like FaceTiming and calling.
Really?
My friends, oh my god, my friend's boyfriend, when they FaceTime, face it to the ceiling.
What?
Because he doesn't like FaceTiming.
What?
And he thinks it's like OD.
That's not
No way.
Okay.
But she's trained him to like, show her his face.
Wait, that's not normal.
What?
She was like,
That's so weird.
Girl, it's not ceiling time, it's FaceTime.
Is he
Like-
super shy?
No.
Would you date an ugly guy if his personality was good? Be honest, be honest. No. Do looks matter? If so, how much?
I feel like they matter. If you're not attracted to someone, it's kind of like endgame there.
Looks don't matter, but size does. If I was rating it on a 1 to 10, they matter like a 7. But if you're also like super funny, to me, as silly as the third personality trait. If they're funny, they need to be at least a 7.
Funny and at least a 7. I feel like that's a reasonable expectation.
In my scale,
Taller than me and just alpha male.
You want a guy who's gonna take charge, be dominant, lead the way?
Yeah.
Do looks matter?
To an extent, but if I get to know you enough, no, they wouldn't.
I see you into.
I don't think they're ugly guys. I think that everyone has their own type.
You have personalities, get out of here.
Some people have a specific type. I have a specific type. Like
What's your type?
Luke Combs.
Who the hell is Luke Combs? This guy? No way. This is peak male attractiveness. Okay, don't listen to anything that girl says.